Welcome back yet again to the Live and Let Fly podcast, starring Adam, Emily, Josh, Heath, John. I am your benevolent GM as always, Zach.
We're stars now, guys.
We've done it. Congratulations.
We found them. Zach, you found them.
It's a life hack. When you can't find stars, make them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Too easy. Mm-hmm. Next game. What's next, guys? We beat Starfinder.
Cyberpunk next, yeah?
Cyberpunk. Let's do it. Cyberpunk Red, I'm
or
down.
Or Shadowrun. I'd be down to try a
Shadowrun
Shadowrun sometime.
Chrome me the fuck up, Chum. Fucking gonks.
Wow.
I'm gonna... What?
Gonk?
You haven't played Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I haven't played Cyberpunk.
No.
Gonk is just like they're slang for idiot.
Oh, okay.
Dumbass, you know.
Oh.
Well, I would highly recommend, just because it's a great show, Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Edgerunners is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely worth watching.
Worth watching.
Nah. I don't watch cartoons. Just blanket.
I just don't get it. I just don't get cartoons.
I mean, I know there's plenty that I would like that are right up my alley. But
it's just that you don't want to put a lot of effort into watching them, right?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Is this every episode now?
I just don't like really put a lot of thought
John's
into
face
it.
right now. All right, let's stop roasting John.
Did you see some clips?
Yeah, I saw some clips. And
this podcast is going to get interrupted. Like, somehow the fans are going to find a way to come into the call and be like, it's anime, not cartoons.
Like, you're missing the point of the bit, but okay, listener.
Yeah, totally. If you come at me about the difference between anime and cartoons, you miss the whole joke.
No.
Sit down, Josh. No, I'm sorry.
What?
Nothing. I love you. You have great jokes.
A little bit of chaotic energy coming in this episode this time.
Yeah.
Let's take it and.
My brain is total mush, Zach.
Mm-hmm. It seems like it, bro. You've had a long week.
It looks like it, man.
I don't mean that like in a derogatory way. I mean it in a sympathetic way.
You really look like shit, Adam.
No, you look plum tuckered, sugar. That's what you look.
I've seen your fucking face enough to know when it's tired, dog. You know.
There. Is that better?
Oh,
Now
whoa.
you look tired in the light.
What are you using for? Damn, dude.
Now
you look tired in the ring light, dude.
Oh, Lord, help him.
Let's get a Kickstarter going.
No.
Appreciate this concern, guys.
No. Tonight's your last.
I'm not concerned. I'm too tired. I'm too tired myself to be concerned for your tiredness.
Oh, that tracks.
I'm exhausted, dude, but having a good time.
How many gigs do you have under your belt this week?
For this, if we take it back 7 days from today, I've got. I guess we're not counting rehearsals, huh?
I mean that's
time,
a space,
that's time jamming,
that's,
dude.
You are actively doing.
How much do you want people to pity you?
Today will be 7.
That's too many.
7 sessions.
Dude, stop it, Adam.
That's an average
7
of 1 a
sessions
day.
in 7 days.
I don't know if you knew that.
That's not good. That's not good, Adam.
They say you're supposed to play every day if you want to be good. So
Yeah,
I think
man.
I'm doing great.
You gotta
Play
get your
every
10,000
day.
hours, dude.
But perform?
Is different. Yeah.
Well, I only performed
Practice.
5 times.
But you were okay. No, okay.
I had two rehearsals.
Were the rehearsals like dress rehearsals? Were they like? I don't know what y'all
in
call
practice
that.
space. You jam the set list.
You say
pretty much.
dress rehearsals, and
I
I
know.
just assume that it's like they all get in costume for the.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
the
how
show.
all
They
dress
don't-
rehearsals are.
Weirdly
You don't
enough,
have
I mean, it was
bands
Halloween week.
they don't
that-
wear costumes on
that's
wear
stage,
costumes, right?
Great
but for
point.
rehearsal they dress as squaw.
Yeah, we only wear costumes at
Yeah.
rehearsal. That way
In the
we don't know
practice
who
space,
fucked
it's just
up.
full on funkadelic, but live, nah, man, jeans and a t-shirt. It's
Yeah,
like,
just short sleeve button ups for the
we don't want
public.
people to think that we're cheesy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta seem like legit, real musicians wearing costumes. We just can't.
That's just
I
crazy.
mean, one of the shows I played this week, we were in costume, but it was because it's Halloween, not
Yeah.
because of the band or anything.
Man,
What did you go as?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing. I wore a silver tracksuit and a disco.
So funky. You went funky.
Yeah, I went as funky.
Cool. There you go. Okay. All right.
That's a perfectly
The genre
acceptable
of funk.
costume, I think, dude. Like that's what
personified.
Funkadelic did, man.
Yeah.
I like bands in costume though. I do. You
I
know,
enjoy
maybe it's because of Funkadelic, right? That like started that whole thing. But I like a band.
Do you like Kiss?
I appreciate the fact that Kiss has continued. I think they had a little while where they stopped wearing their costumes, and it was like
It was
shitty.
very brief in the early 80s, and it was bad.
What?
Yeah, it
so-
was like,
That
So
blows my
my-
mind.
no, don't do that.
My dad is the biggest Kiss fan in the world. Like
he's a
he
large
is an
Kiss fan,
enormous Kiss fan. So when I was a kid, by default, I was a Kiss fan, and I still like their first several albums had some good, you know, party rock for its time that I still like or whatever. But I hate that like Kiss is everything corporate that rock and roll shouldn't be. Like they are a corporate entity, not a band.
Yeah, they just sell their figurines and shit. But listen, I do want to say though, mad props for wearing those massive platform heels for like 30 or 40 years or whatever they've done every show and like rock out in them, because that seems fucking like I would fucking fall as well.
Practice.
Oh,
Practice.
they've fallen.
Oh, they have.
They have fallen for sure.
From Grace.
They've had. Well, I mean, Gene Simmons is like a piece of shit, objectively.
Yeah.
But like they've had their hair catch on fire and shit because they do tons of pyro. Yeah.
What about Grace?
They've fallen from
From
Grace.
Grace.
Oh! I thought you were gonna have some anecdote about your wife and fucking.
My
Grace is
God.
an enormous Kiss fan.
I was like, there's no way Grace likes
You'd
Kiss.
never expect it.
There's
Fuck no. That's a big
her
fuck
guilty
no.
pleasure band. She's like, fuck
If
it,
that were true, like I would use that as my trump card against Grace for the rest of our friendship. Just anytime she
you
said
like
something
Kiss.
I didn't like, oh yeah, well you're a Kiss fan, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so shut up.
You could use that on your dad right now. Today.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I will hurt his feelings, you know.
But also, like, that would be more savage against Grace, I think. You know, like, if like Grace secretly liked Kiss and was like, I kind of like him. That would be so much more embarrassing.
Yeah.
After we record, can you please ask her?
Yes. And
I
like,
don't need to.
I'll tell you right now.
what I
she's
would
not
do-
a Kiss
I've been
fan.
married to her for 20 years. I mean,
So here's the thing about secrets, Adam. She might not have told you.
Here's the thing about 16 years of marriage based on music, Josh.
You've probably seen her in the makeup at least once by now.
He'd have walked into her
least
listening
once.
to
This is coming from the
Strutter
Fish
or
fan.
something.
Yeah, he'd have caught a vinyl sitting in the corner somewhere, or
It'd be a mixtape.
yeah. No doubt. Okay, well, anyway, I didn't mean Kiss specifically when I meant I like
What
bands.
about Guar?
yeah.
I love it. I'm not
You
a
love
fan
Guar?
of. I love their look,
The
like
concept.
their shtick. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of. Like,
I couldn't tell you their music. But
Yeah, I'm not
I
going to be like,
appreciate
oh yeah, I
their
love the
bit.
song such and such, but like I absolutely love the bit because they are all
They're
in.
so over the top. Yeah.
so over
What-
the top in. Like
It
and,
doesn't even
and
have
the
to
fact
be
that they
over the
did one of
top.
the NPR Tiny Desk shows.
Did they really?
In the full get
costume.
No
shit.
shit.
amazing.
Yeah.
I have to see that.
But like, it could be understated. Like Silk Sonic, they wear matching outfits every time they get on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit is fucking cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's slick.
There's a band. I don't know exactly where they're from, but they're called Lordy. They're like European, and they're basically Guar, but slightly different. And they all have like each individual one has a different character, like a monster character, and
Yeah.
they're just so over the top, and I love it.
But I mean, like,
Ghost is another one. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
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 Ghost-
Ghosts is definitely
yeah.
even to the point that their shows, like they've got a continuing like storyline to where it may be the same band members, but they're definitely not the same characters.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Fognola, we do have like a uniform for
Okay, I mean, yeah,
Fognola.
uniforms, costumes.
Yeah,
I
we
like
all
the
have to wear a
uniformity
black
of the band.
t-shirt and jeans. Is like that's the
Yeah.
I mean, it's basic as hell, but we're playing.
But
punk,
it is
you know.
Irish punk though, and that is
Right.
that is the uniform of the Irish punk band, right? Some
and we actually
suspenders.
do it. And like
I feel like you could
considering
get some
that
suspenders.
everybody in that band usually is wearing very like colorful and like oftentimes flamboyant clothing. So to see everybody in black and jeans is
It really
actually
is a costume.
Yeah.
Whereas like most, like rock bands, metal bands, black t-shirt and jeans is the default. You know.
That's what
Right.
you do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
How do we feel about Insane Clown Posse, gang? The most controversial of costume bands.
Again,
Fago, right?
I appreciate the shtick. Not a fan.
Nah.
Same thing with like Slipknot with the masks and stuff.
Hey man,
I'll
I
take
think
Slipknot to
Slipknot's
ICP any
I'll
day
take
of the
Slipknot
week.
over
Same.
ICP
For
all day
sure.
and twice on Sunday, bro. They actually have some
Same.
bangers, man. Okay, so anyway, I think we've done that one to death. I'm just saying, when you buy your new armor, maybe consider all matching. It's just an idea.
Nah.
That's a take. You're right. That is of all the ideas.
That's one. Yeah, you're okay.
Black shirt,
So
blue jeans.
Let's be
here's the
ABBA.
deal with what's happening in Starfinder Land. Last time we had a pretty confrontational moment there with Tia's mother, the High Priestess of Concord.
Your mother is a bitch.
She is definitely a bit.
Damn.
Don't know
That's
how
a
I feel
different
about
thing. You
that.
don't get to say that about my mother, even if it is true.
I said it.
Okay, but anyway, just to expedite this, you get let out. Tia's father and her host parent, understand what happened, say their goodbyes, wish you nothing but the best, promise that you'll keep in touch, that sort of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Big hugs, big hugs to all the crew, even. Like, we don't have to RP this out, but
Couple boxes of tea bags.
couple boxes of tea bags for Morgan, for sure. Yeah, so you'll have some delicious Concordian tea aboard the Independence if you'd like it. But yeah, you get all sorted out there and head back onto the Independence because, again, your time is short. As Roland Rutley pointed out last episode, D9 wants y'all the fuck out of here. So Gadrick can certainly set a course back home to Absalom Station.
So, a point of order, and I'm not usually the lore guy, and I'm also not the guy that actually said this in our little sidebar chat.
But you're definitely the point of order guy, so get on with it.
Fair enough. So,
What are your points, man? Come on.
Marixia's not in Viscarium space.
No.
Am I
No.
incorrect?
The Marixa Republic is a separate. It's actually across multiple star systems. Marixa, and there's one other inhabited planet that exists in the star system that Marixa is in, but the Marixa Republic actually includes. It's a coalition of planets across 3 or 4 star systems.
Part of near space.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
by going there, we have fulfilled D9's wishes to.
Well, we were
I'll tell you
already
what,
there.
would you like to
Space.
call up the cigar-smoking Vesk and explain to him your semantic reason why you're sticking around?
We didn't.
Do we have
we're in
him
a
on speed
completely
dial?
different system.
No, that's where the prison was. We have
Oh,
not.
gee, never
yeah,
mind.
like just don't. It's all of that doesn't.
All
matter.
right.
I will say, and Zach, I know you're just trying to speed things along,
Yeah.
but for Roland's part, I mean, you've got him just standing outside this temple. Tia goes in and comes back out, and probably with shoulders held high a little bit because she said her piece, but also clearly distraught. I mean, we don't have to all RP it out, but Roland would certainly show some signs of
Yeah.
sensitivity and care and concern, because we don't know what happened in there. She went in by herself, and we're just kind of followed her along.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
So I don't really
Is there
know what.
something you want to say?
No,
or
but
do
I
you
just
wanna-
want to acknowledge that we weren't just straight up bystanders, little dogs following it around. We probably had some thoughts and feelings towards our crewmate.
Okay, well, I don't want to deny you that. If there's something that you want to say before y'all get back to the ship, by all means. I honestly, bro, let me be honest with you. I don't want to do a bunch more sharing voices at the moment.
No, I said, like, we don't even have to, like, do it all out. I just want to acknowledge who we are to Hestia and how we would be as a crew when she came back out of that temple. I don't think we would, like, stop everything in its place right there to have a conversation about it, but we wouldn't just be like, okay, well, you've done what you're going to do, let's go now, you know, like, so, like, as I said, we don't have to, I just want it to be in canon that we, like, responded to her, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my imagination of the whole thing, like, she comes out or whatever, and you guys are waiting with the host parent and father or whatever, and initially upon coming out, she's just kind of short with you. It's like, all right, well, we should go. And then you would likely be like, is everything okay? You know? And she would explain to you, like, me and my relationship with my mother, it's not good. And, you know, she's made the decision to keep staying with you. As much as, you know, Morgan asked beforehand, like, oh, are you coming back home to stay, to, like, leave us? And I don't think that was ever, like, the plan, but there might have been that thread of hope that, like, everything would be okay and, like, the exile would be revoked and she'd be welcomed back with open arms kind of thing. The naivete of the young. And, you know, with that being kind of abruptly and rudely squashed, it's like, I mean, you made the point she comes out probably, like, holding her head a little high, and that's due to the fact that she has chosen you guys, chosen the Independence crew as her people, as this is the community she was talking about that accepts me for who I am. So she's, like, probably a little sad, but also, like, resolved to, like, okay, like, let's get back to work kind of thing.
Okay. Cool.
All right. I mean, I don't want to. I really didn't mean to, like, cut you off of that, man.
I'm not saying that you were. It's just, like, something I was just thinking about is, like, we don't really know any context of any of this as.
Yeah, I mean, it would be awkward.
Because we don't know a lot about Hestia's past, that she saved her whole community because she smuggled. Like, I don't think that that's been revealed to us in its entirety as a crew. And we just went to visit her parents, kind of picked up through context that there was something weird with her mom. She went into this temple, came out and said, all right, let's go. And it just, you know.
I just assumed y'all would hash it out on the ship. You know, in your space, but that was an incorrect assumption. So.
No, I mean, I think that we probably would do that. As I said, I don't think Roland would stop everything right in front of the temple and be like, I need you to tell me what's going on here.
Right,
you know?
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't just stand blankly as all this was happening. A lot of it would be just, like, kind of some visual cues, some eye contact with Hestia to know that she was supported, even if we don't really know what's going on.
I got you. Yeah, well, I think that's going to be up to Tia, whatever she wants to share, you know what I mean? Like, it's... I mean, that was obviously a very personal, private interaction that she had. And, but anyway, you make it back to the ship. Head out from Concord, set a course for Absalom Station, and you jump into the drift. You've got about 4 days in the drift. Now, we have, I don't know if y'all remember, but y'all leveled up after the end of Book 2.
Did.
And I would be remiss if I didn't solicit a little bit of classic STF level up RP from each of you as we find out what kind of new goodies and gadgets and abilities you've all obtained as you are evolving. Does anybody want to...
Yeah, maybe before we get into all that, I think Roland would want to kind of have his council.
Yeah, man.
You know, that we kind of put a pin in because we were all exhausted before.
Sure.
So he'll gather everybody wherever. Galley just seems like the most reasonable spot most of the time. And he'll just say, all right, team, how is everybody feeling now? We've had a night to process that, though, Hestia, I imagine you had much more to process over the last few hours than the rest of us. I have my thoughts, but I just want to check in with each of you now that we've had some rest. How are you feeling after the events of Tranquility and everything that led up to that? Everybody still on board to be part of this crew?
Yes.
I mean, of course. I say, of course, as if, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I mean, yeah, you don't go through something like that and then just walk away from the people you went through it with.
That's true, Gadrick. In fact, I think, as Tia might say, we as a crew have evolved into something much more serious. And I don't want to be too stoic as I speak about this, because as I said, you have all impressed me, myself included. We as a group have demonstrated skill and are tapping into sources of power that the average person does not, and that cannot be ignored. I have run from destiny or what I thought was preordained life path for me my whole life until I met you, this crew. And Gadrick, you've been flying ships longer than I've been alive.
I mean, yeah, flying, but
For hundreds of years.
I'm only 25, even though I know I seem a lot older. But
look, I've been flying, but this is the first time I've actually felt like I was able to fly.
Right. That's my point. Is that what this last 3 months we have all grown and shown capacity for such higher levels of execution and ability. We are not just average trash haulers or delivery drivers or space truckers or whatever we might have called ourselves, deluded ourselves into thinking that we were. We have the capacity to do good in this grand universe. And I think that we might even have some sort of possible moral obligations to use this power that we have as a group to continue to try to bring good to the universe. We have many enemies right now, still more powerful than us, but we are not the pushovers that we were when we first started this crew. My connection to lunar energy grows each day. I feel its strength inside me now. And as he says that, you see like kind of a coating of purple flames shimmer around him.
Voila.
Morgan, your intuition is reaching supernatural heights. Hestia and Vincent, your abilities to manipulate machines, whether they be of destruction or creation, are achieving levels that most people could only hope to match. We just took down an elite squad of adamant scale Vescarium vanguards. We are not ranchers. We are not blue-collar workers stuck under the thumb of some giant corporation. We are the Independence crew. And we need to start acting like who we are. Stop running from it. You are all incredible people. And I believe that through each other, we will achieve even grander things. I have no illusions that things will be won't continue to be difficult will continue to have hardships. It will be dangerous. But let us look at ourselves and be honest with who we've become.
We have become, as my mother has forgotten, of her own community. A community just made stronger by the care for and love of its individuals. I believe, and I don't mean to put words into your mouth, Captain, but this is the essence of what you are trying to express. Is I agree with you. Each of us has a very unique capacity to tap into different skill sets, and we should embrace them, for in our individual strength, our group is made whole and is made stronger and grants us the opportunity to, as you say, maybe do a little good. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Hestia.
So when we kind of started talking, Morgan was could feel a lot of tension in their shoulders and was still a little freaked out from, and still is a little freaked out from the events that we have recently had. But hearing the captain talk, hearing Tia talk, and as they're sitting there kind of around everybody, they start to feel sort of the emotional tension that a lot of the others in the room had been holding sort of ease away. Like the tension just kind of like drops on. They're getting this sort of sense of cohesion and like kind of more peace from everybody. And that in turn helps to kind of like pull their anxiety down. And so like you see Morgan kind of like sit back in their chair, take a deep breath. You're all right. We are a community, Tia. And I'm looking forward to the good that we can do and that we will do. And they look directly at Roland. I do still have some concerns. We have, as you said already, a number of enemies and are on a number of people's list. My only fear is that we will draw more attention the more we do. I just don't ever want to be the reason you all are in danger. And
Morgan, we are all in this together. Not one of us is causing these dangers for the rest of us. We all made these choices together. I agree that we need to continue to be smart and thoughtful about the decisions that we make. But we've made these together. And I don't know about you, but I am tired of running when I know that we're capable of doing. That doesn't mean I'm going to run us headlong into the train, but it doesn't mean I'm going to avoid train tracks altogether.
Morgan smiles at that, and you see Saoirse kind of like hop
Oh yes,
crawl
I forgot about that.
out from behind their like neck. Like that's where Saoirse kind of like hangs out, like under Morgan's hair. No, you're right. Fear is what. Well, no, you're right, Captain. I'm looking forward to it.
It's truth, Captain. You know, over this past day, I've been thinking about it. And you know, I mean, just like you say, tired of running, and we're running out of options on who can protect us, you know, and Well, let's be honest. We're encountering some enemies now that, well, I don't think that we can go and run into a wit sack or anything like that. This is gonna be something we gotta handle on our own. So, I think that that's the right direction. And I mean, I'm not leaving. I mean, Lord St. John is still out there, and I can't protect myself against him. And well, it's not just me anymore that I have to think about. So if there's gonna be protecting, I think we gotta round up and close guard. We gotta protect ourselves here.
Yes, agreed.
And we have, I mean, I've been seeing it kind of on the battlefield. Everybody's been kind of getting a lot more scary, you know, to be around. I mean, not talking.
I'm not scary.
But you may not be. You are a cinnamon roll, but I mean,
You're drill though.
yeah. Well, no. Mantis. I've been seeing.
Mantis is scary.
Mantis has
Mantis
been
is scary,
getting
yes.
a lot more diabolical since
In like the best
started.
possible way, you know, like a lovely diabolical. Yeah.
I'm just afraid that sometimes it's just going to become too advanced. It's going to take over the ship, and I don't know. There's probably been some movies about that Getty's seen, but you know.
You sound like my grandfather.
But for real, I think that we're in a good place, and I think we are certainly more capable, despite our own luggage that we all have to be that we are going to be carrying. But we have to move forward. We have to move forward.
Yeah, well, then, yeah, let's do that.
Speaking of luggage, I've recently been doing research, and there's a way if I converted Mantis to a smaller drone chassis that I could have her convert into a piece of luggage. Carry her around like a briefcase, ready to
Yes.
strike.
But I imagine she'd be just so heavy.
No.
Incredibly heavy.
I will say, for my level up, that little like sheath of fire that you saw around him actually is my level up thing that I took. It is. I got a new revelation. Yep. And every time I get a revelation, I can choose between a revelation or a new battle cry with my archetype.
Okay.
But I went with revelation this time, and I chose Corona.
I was hoping it was going to be called Flamin' Dr. Pupper.
Yeah, let's call it that. Let's call it that. As a standard action, I can surround my body with an envelope of fiery plasma. I gain cold resistance 10, and any adjacent creature that hits me with a natural weapon or a melee weapon takes 2d6 fire damage. Boom.
Nice. Good thorns.
It lasts for 1 round or until I leave photon mode. Of course, at 12th level, it'll increase to 3d6.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
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 All right, boss killer over here.
Yeah. What if the final boss, Living 5, dies to Roland's thorns?
I love it. I would be happy.
Find out in
4 years.
168.
As far as Morgan's level up, kind of like also what they were feeling, as far as like everybody's emotions kind of simultaneously, they have gotten a new thingy for their mystic connection.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a new thingy, as it
So you
were.
got a connection power.
Yes.
This is okay. Gotcha.
Emotion sense. You can detect and locate creatures within 60 feet as if you had blind sense based on their emotions.
Whoa, that's
What
very
does that
cool.
mean, though?
So blind
That means that she can never be blinded.
pretty much, yeah. As long as the creature
As long as they're not robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is
Oh, okay.
yeah. And blind
Mantis
sense.
is but a phantom to you.
Yes. Which makes her even more terrifying.
What is this cold spot? What is this? I don't know. But yeah, you can pretty much operate without eyeball vision, you know. It's pretty freaking neat.
Is it like always active? So like you can't be surprised essentially? Like nobody can roll a stealth check against you?
I need to double check this. It's typically perceives
seems
using
like
a specific
insanely
sense.
strong. I don't know if that's like, you know, a level 6 type ability that like you literally can't be snuck up on. You know, I'm just curious, like,
Is it not something that you like have to activate? It's just always on.
Let's see here.
It is always on, and it basically says a creature can keep its emotions calm to avoid detection by this ability by succeeding at a bluff check with a DC equal to 10 plus the sense motive modifier, but a creature under the influence of an emotion effect cannot try to avoid detection. Creatures under the effects of non-detection or similar effects automatically avoid detection by this ability. Unless otherwise stated, constructs and creatures with intelligence scores of 2 or lower don't have emotions and can't be sensed this way. So, I mean...
so that
So
you can...
if you have the blind sense special abilities and succeed at a perception check to notice an unseen creature, you become aware of the creature's location. Blind sense negates the bonus to stealth checks that an unseen creature would otherwise receive, but unseen creatures still have total concealment against the attacks of creatures with blind sense. It's
So she would still, or they would still have to say, okay, I want to try to sense beyond this door. You know what I mean? And
It's an active
they would roll
focus.
they would roll a perception check against your stealth, but no, not stealth, right?
It's a bluff.
yeah,
Against
because
bluff,
it's emotion.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So normal, so, you know, just theoretically, if I had an ambush situation set up, normal stealth rolls ahead of time, and then I would need to prompt a perception check from Morgan and roll against that bluff. Roll against that with a bluff. And just beat whatever you roll in the perception? Is that what the...
That's what
I mean,
I'm
you know,
understanding.
may or may not be an issue sometime in the
I'll-
future, guys. We got several books to go, you know?
Would it not be against passive perception?
There is no such thing. as
No,
passive
yeah, because
perception
like
in
I
this
would
game.
be like focusing to try and
Morgan could take 10 on it, you know, instead of having to roll. But,
I'll read more into it just to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
Super good. I just, you know, I want to make sure that we're not...
There's a wall of text that goes with it, so I'm just trying to see what's
I'll
what.
look into it later.
But that's my big. I got a new
yeah.
spell, but I'm gonna keep that.
Keep that close to the vest.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think that's really cool, for sure. I just want to make sure that I'm not overselling or underselling the you know, the effects power. I
Yeah.
guess, right? Like I want to make sure that we
Get it
that
right.
dialed
Get
in,
it
yeah.
tight. you know.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much.
But very
Morgan's
cool.
level up.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Anybody else got anything interesting this level?
Yeah, Gadrick, instead of going directly to sleep, decided to put Predator on.
A classic.
The classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's that one quote where Arnold says, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." Mm-hmm. And Gadrick, as he has done a number of times, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I think I could do that. And at level 6, got an operative exploit called Bleeding Shot. So
Okay.
for my debilitating trick, I can afflict my target with an amount of bleed equal to your operative level.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that'll be a fun little something.
I hate that one. as a GM.
I already
somebody
hate it
bleeds.
because it's strong.
I mean, to be fair, Zach, there were a couple other ones that I was just like, I don't want to make Zach keep up with that because I don't want to keep up with
I
it.
guess I appreciate your
Give me
consideration,
some math
man.
to do.
But like, it's a bleed. Bleed was I was like, you know what, this is strong.
Bleed's
and
easy.
also
Algebra
it's just
shot.
ticking damage. Yeah, algebra shot.
That's way more than Heath gives me whenever he's like, let me summon 16 minions and you keep up with all of them.
You're not going to keep a Pokemon trainer down. That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
not summoning on this game.
Not in this game, no, not in this game. I still remember all them damn, what was it?
Oh, you talking about druids? Oh,
yeah, the hawks or the druids. That was like
yeah, I had spectral eagles.
half a dozen of them.
This is for 5e, y'all.
Yeah, in 5e
right.
in our Curse of Strahd game many
I believe I had
moons ago.
4 spectral eagles. I saved many a combat with them spectral eagles.
I know.
She's a lot of combat.
Pain in my fucking
I
ass
did.
is what I'm
I
saying.
did.
But anyway, very cool on the on the bleed. That's, I don't mind keeping track of a bleed, but I will say you may have to remind me in the heat of combat. And I don't think I'm gonna have that problem because I feel like you're gonna want all your extra damage.
Oh yeah, no, that's so. With it being a debilitating trick, it's like that's a thing that I can pick. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's one. I'm familiar enough with Kuiper and APA to know you have several options. Very cool. Okay, I guess we're down to the last two. Y'all gonna make me pick, or y'all gonna?
Yeah. So
Rock,
Vincent,
paper, scissors.
with Vincent, he got a new combat feat, shocker for a soldier, and for that he got deadly aim. And how I imagine that this is something that just kind of relates is he plinks away over in the cargo bay, shooting targets. You know what I'm saying? So he's just gotten better with that, and he started being able to use the line weapon now, right? So basically it's when making an attack or full attack, can take -2 to attack to add half your base attack bonus, minimum 1, to damage.
Okay.
Yeah. And since,
So you just get
as
additional damage.
Right, and my base attack bonus is always going to go up every level anyway.
Right,
so it just makes sense to go ahead and just get that out of the way right
Just
now.
get it, man.
Yeah.
Some extra damage. I like it. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And what you got?
Save the best for last. I am actually taking a legacy Pathfinder dip into Druid so I can start summoning spectral eagles just to
Okay,
vex
well,
you.
I really enjoyed playing Live and Let Fly with you all.
Yeah,
We have a
That's a bold choice.
especially
I like
considering I'm not a wisdom class.
I summon
I'm gonna be a
eagles.
very bad druid. Druid soldier
piss me
mechanic.
Summon spectral drills.
Yeah, just a bunch of drills with wings. No, I actually didn't jump in because there's really not too much exciting with this level up, to be honest. So you've got to keep in
Because
mind,
you're on
I'm a level
different level.
behind
Yeah.
on my mechanic progression, right? So I did get some upgrades to my custom rig stuff. I got remote hack now, which is nice. I can, I haven't done a ton of hacking. I've always done the computery stuff, but not. I've hacked when it's like, hey, there's a computer here and you can hack it to get information, and that's a bit about the extent of hacking. But I do have remote hack now.
Okay.
So, I can use my custom rig to attempt computers and engineering skill checks at a range of 20 feet. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's always nice. My bypass just bumps my computers and engineering. It hit another threshold, so my computers and engineering, aside from the +1 that they get from me putting another point into them, get another point from bypass. So I'm just godly at this level at computers and engineering.
Yeah.
And then my drone, which is also one level behind, just got a mod, and I don't know, I need to dig into some of the more complicated mods because some of them get into getting, filling armor slots and necrografts and stuff like that I was like, I'm not ready. I've been too busy this week to dig into all that. So I was like, let me take something cool that'll be useful immediately. And I also think it ties well to maybe in this 4 days of travel. You said 4 days, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe in that time, Hestia first of all, I think having finally dealt with a long-standing, animosity or just, something that was bothering her, not knowing really the status with her mom or if there was any hope of getting past the whole situation with her mom. Now, even though it didn't end up positive, knowing that Band-Aid is ripped off and then it's like, okay, I can move on with my life and with my crew who do love and accept me. I feel like Hestia kind of goes back to being a little chipper and dedicated to, like, she's trying to get a bunch of work done. Like, she's just back to her tinkering, and she heard you guys want to sweep for bugs, doesn't love the term, but goes and sweeps for secret surveillance mechanisms, and I'm assuming doesn't find any.
Do you want to roll a perception check? Certainly can.
Do it.
I'd rather roll a computers or engineering check.
I'm sure you would,
that.
but
personally. I can, sure. I'm far less good.
Use one of your rerolls since, if you need to.
Burn one of my,
yeah, because we're traveling.
yeah, burn one of your dirty 30s on that.
Yeah.
On a completely meaningless.
I feel like Gadrick would definitely help with that.
Okay.
Because that was one of his concerns earlier.
Okay, here. 25.
25? With an aid from Gadrick, I guess?
No, I'm rolling separate.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just 20. I rolled a natural 19. I have a +6.
I rolled a natural 19. I have a +12, so 31.
31. That's pretty good. Gadrick, your sweep, you feel pretty confident that you've looked in anywhere that you think there might be any kind of tracker or tracer or surveillance device, colloquially known as a bug. Colloquially, that's a hard word for me to say. I don't know.
It's just a hard word.
Yeah.
Can't fault you there.
However, I would like to remind you all that if D9 wants to find you, they don't have to put a bug in your
right
in your
That's
ship.
fair.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fair,
what
but
that's
I
worth.
mean, still,
But I completely understand your desire to want to check. Like I think I would too, right? I think that's perfectly normal. Once you're in the drift, away from everything, you're like, shit, let's find out. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So anyway, Hestia gets back to the grind, and her curiosity comes back, and it's just like constantly messing with stuff, tinkering with stuff, trying to upgrade things on the ship. But also, I think probably at some point during that, she has some ideas for Mantis and goes to Vincent and is like, hey, will you come and help me with this project? And she knows you've got a line attack now, right? So she wants to put a line attack on Mantis, and so she has you come and kind of test it out for her, show her how it works. And I actually took Arc Strike, a mod on Mantis, which allows the thing I find interesting is that it is actually an interaction between my custom rig and Mantis, that my custom rig powers Mantis to be able to do an electrical line attack, but it's not really an attack. It's a line effect that will do 2d8 damage to anyone in the line, and I can only do it once every 10-minute rest.
Oh, okay. But you can use it with any weapon, basically.
It just comes from Mantis. It's not a.
Okay.
It's not a weapon.
It's like a breath attack.
Kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
But it works that way.
It's a vomit.
Yeah.
It's a vomit.
Yeah, electrical vomit. Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's interesting. Good to know.
Yeah, it's
Good to
pretty
know.
neat. As a standard action, you create a devastating energy stream that arcs between your custom rig and your drone, creating a line effect. To use this ability, your custom rig must be in your possession, it always is, and your drone must be within 30 feet of you. So I've got to stay relatively close to Mantis to be able to do it. For each advanced drone mod your drone has, the arc deals 1d8 electricity damage. So it's based on how many advanced mods do you have. Now, I only have one, but at level 4, which I'm already past, it goes up another d8. So it's at 2d8 currently. Now, I can give Mantis master control to give her a full attack, and I can if I use the full attack to do the arc strike, the die move up to D10s. So it's 2D10s.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you get one per short rest.
Yes.
So you get one like monster nuke basically with the drone. It's cool. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, 2d10
pretty
this
good.
level's pretty decent damage. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Especially in a line attack where you can get some AoE out of that.
Yeah,
you
get
know?
multiple enemies,
Good.
sure. I thought it was pretty neat. I was like, there's more complicated stuff I could take. I don't feel like dealing with that. Gotta love a good electric line attack.
Truly.
Forgot to say that my my weapon, this lunar weapon, went up a die, so I have 2d4 instead of 1d4 plus all my bonuses.
Dude, that's the best part about Solarian weapons, is they just keep on getting ridiculously strong, and you don't have to do shit. You just like passively, like, yeah, leveled up.
I'm more powerful.
My weapon fucking slaps, you know?
Right.
One day I'm gonna play a Solarian. I still never have.
They're good fun, man.
Let
I'll be at 2d4 until 9th level, then I'll go to 3d4. I don't get that like one extra die every level until it doesn't start happening until 12th level.
Okay. Yeah, that's when it gets pretty
Get serious.
strong. Yeah. Okay, so very good, everyone. I like it. I like these new abilities we got. We got some interesting stuff in the pipe here that we're gonna see in action before too long. Is there any other business that you would like to attend to before I nebulously fast forward this time to our arrival at Absalom Station?
Are we shopping or
At Absalom?
I don't know. Are you asking? Is this the time to tell you what we bought or no?
Yeah. So, all right, give me a sec here to point of order. You will arrive back at Absalom Station
Cool.
and can absolutely proceed straight to shopping. I do have one thing that I have a question about, though, before we get to that.
Okay.
What do you send to Tarika regarding your mission out here in the Vescarium and the Mixed Republic?
What does she know right now? She know that she sent us out to do the star running,
Yes.
or storm running. I mean,
Yep. She sent you, a mission to go catch some star medals and get paid.
well, we got paid.
You got paid.
So I mean, I think we tell her that as much of the truth as
Yeah.
we can. I really don't like lying to Tarika.
We-
but
We know that you're a D9 spy.
No, we met, like, we went and we did the run, and then we met with the goofy guy, and then we got paid, and it was great. And that's all. None of that's a lie.
This is just for cutesies. But what kind of message are we sending? Is it an email, or are we sending like a voice message? How's this
a
work?
video message.
Video message. Okay.
It's gonna
So
just take a few days to arrive.
yeah,
or
sure.
whatever.
This is something I have to do for the cutesies. At the end, Hestia, like, y'all go to finish up the video message, and like Hestia's like, can I say something to Tarika quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. And she comes on, and in Bruneri, got sort of broken Bruneri, asks Tarika, and if you hear of any other jobs that we could, garner wages from, that would be phenomenal for having had a taste of being paid. It's just so good, I would like to be paid again. That's more than anything. I just wanted to show I learned Bruneri.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And you would like to be paid? That's noted. I'll write that down.
Yes.
Tia would like
Likes to be paid, yes.
be paid. Okay, got it. We're tracking. I won't forget at all. So, after 4 days in the drift, you all approach your jump point, your exit point, outside of Absalom Station. And as you jump out of the drift, by the way, that message I think was supposed to be sent before you left.
Sure.
Okay.
We did that.
Yeah. But when you jump out, you do, boom, get a message from Tarika, who, pops up, cheerful Bruneri. She seems absolutely oblivious to everything that went down. And she's just, thumbing her wrench. She's like, "Oh, my little babies. Y'all did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. When y'all get back to the station, I would like you to come see me eventually. I want to set you up with a new job. Tia, this one should get you paid." And winks at the screen. And
Tia winks back.
"At your earliest convenience, y'all just come see me now." And so, you now have your directive. Tarika does have a job for you lined up. You know that. We want to get some shopping done. So you all make your way to, one of the many shopping districts around here, right? Let's see. Yeah. So there are plenty of shops, right? So as you're walking through, you can get all your errands done. Is there anything that you all bought with your monies that you want to shout out, that you're excited about? Anything fun?
I just got some new armor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was not entirely sure about how much we actually had. So I added a couple of things that are probably more expensive than should be. So I kind of want some clarification on what I am actually able to keep. Got some new armor, got a new pistol. I don't have the exact prices in front of me because they're sitting in my inventory.
We got 5,000 credits.
Yeah.
Point of order, I did mention, and
but then you said you were going to give us another job to cap off whatever extra credits we might need. So we got 5,000 credits to spend.
And we got 5,000 credits and a credit card.
Yeah.
You got some BP. You got some BP.
So do I need to just pick one and go, or?
Fuck, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man.
I mean, just do the math. You got 5,000.
Then yeah, I'd have to get rid of one. I'm either still using a level 1 weapon, or I'm using a level 1 armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The middle kind of.
Just get what you need, get one of them now, and we're going to do a job, and you're going to be able to get the other one later.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess if I kill him, then I don't die, so I'm going with the pistol.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, I mean, he's an operative,
Yep.
Okay, so you go to the gun shop and pick you up some new iron, Choom.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Morgan definitely got some new armor.
Okay.
They were tired of having basically a t-shirt on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got some plexiglass armor. Yeah.
Okay.
Plexiglass is made over on what is it? Goron, the plant people area. Very cool. It's a level 5 item. I'm pretty jazzed. Took my AC bonus up by like 3. And the other thing that they got, really, the big thing is a needler pistol. Because, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could just shoot a healing serum into somebody and not have to get up in the middle of the fray? Kind of like what the situation was when the captain was down. And
yeah, that'd be really sweet.
Yeah, that would have been so neato. And golly gee, now we have that as an option.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very nice. Vincent, did you pick anything up?
I'm gonna pick up something after the job.
Okay.
See if I can just get more money.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of same, waiting to do a job and be able to kind of get a couple of things I want.
Get everything
at the same time, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean, like, you get a windfall of cash, and after a long, desperate time of not getting it, now you just kind of want to hold on to that wealth. Just,
yeah.
It's just like, just give me 5,000 to hold on to,
Just want some walking around money for a minute.
Yeah, right. I just want to feel it in my pocket,
Well, as those of you who do go, shopping, I'm assuming you're all going together.
No.
Yes. Yes, because we're just getting off the ship, right? You're sort of making your way to go see Tarika. And you're passing by this like sort of working class intersection, here at Absalom Station. There's a bunch of different establishments around, a pawn shop, payday lender, the 1 credit store where everything costs 1 credit, naturally, a locksmith,
Family credit.
yeah, and a little noodle shop called the Noodles Between.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like the
And-
sound of that.
So anybody want to get a cup of
Yes.
noodles while you're here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they have
Give me
tea?
a cup of noodles.
I would like a cup of tea as well.
Sure, absolutely.
I will
Yeah,
take coffee.
You can absolutely do that. You all sit down, place your orders. And as you're waiting for your food to arrive, Morgan, roll me a perception check.
Oh. Okay. Shit. Watch. I had my dice ready. Who said I didn't? You were right. You were right. You said perception?
Yes, perception check.
31.
Ooh, that's very good.
I have a pretty good perception.
All right, Morgan, as you're sitting, getting ready to enjoy a delicious cup of tea and a delicious bowl of noodles, you get this like spidey sense tingling, and you feel several emotions around you, that you can't exactly detect, but you start to detect, right? Mm-hmm. Sort of anger, okay, and as this spidey sense appears, several very large vesks appear. Now, these are not government issue vesks here, okay? Vincent.
They don't have the Vescarium certified stamp on them.
Vincent,
They
roll
don't
me a
have. They have
perception check.
tattoos, so they're not
Alright,
government
okay.
vesk.
Rolling a perception check. Hold on. I've got to roll it from Hero Lab. I've got neither of my die ready. It's all right. Oh, that is an 18.
Okay. Total on the perception check?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you don't notice until they get close, okay? But
Okay.
as they do start coming up on your table, Vincent, it becomes very apparent to you who these vesks are. They're absolutely bear all the markings of Golden League assassins. It's 3 female vesks. They all have massive, striking tattoos, black ink, right? They're all also heavily augmented. They're chromed the fuck up, okay? They've all got, tons of different augmentations that are visible and like flashy and stylish. Again, like
Laser
cyberpunk
eyeballs.
villains,
Yeah.
right? Think like the animals in cyberpunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they all head towards you. And next time on Live and Let Fly, we will roll initiative, and we will see you.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I'll respond next episode. All right.
Shoot out in the noodle shop.
Shoot out at the noodle shop. No.
I hope you have a good
Shooting
noodle shop
some
map.
nudes.
I do have a good noodle shop map,
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
There better be noodles all over the floor.
Oodles of them.
Oodles of noodles. That's the name of the shop right there.
Bye.